My friends, I have a fascinating story for you, one that I think is fascinating. This deals with Monique, Reggie Carroll, and the strange Katt Williams connection, which I will explicate for you. When a beloved comic dies, the entertainment world should pause to grieve. When a murder is involved, the shock is doubled. And when the suspect turns out to have direct ties to another giant of comedy, the story takes on a kind of a surreal dimension. And that's exactly what we find ourselves after the tragic death of Reggie Carroll, the knockout king of comedy. And the revelation that the man accused of his murder once worked security for Katt Williams. Now, this isn't gossip. It isn't rumor. It's straight from outlets like People and Fox 13 and WREG and WJTV, and it raises 1,000 questions. First, let's talk about a death that shook comedy. On August the 20th, recently, this year, Reggie Carroll was shot dead in Mississippi. He was 52. 52 years old. Emergency personnel rushed him to a hospital where life-saving measures were attempted, but he apparently expired from his injuries. News of his passing spread quickly across the comedy circuit, as you could well imagine. Carroll wasn't just another name on the lineup. He was a seasoned performer, a respected road warrior, a comic known affectionately as the knockout king of comedy. And Monique, Carroll's longtime friend and frequent touring partner, poured out her grief on social media. She called him her brother in comedy and reminded fans to treasure people while they're here. It's good, makes sense. Very wise words. And her words resonated because everyone in the business knows what it means to grind it out on the road together, living out of buses and hotel rooms, surviving on adrenaline and laughter and the bond of a shared struggle. I'm not trying to make this I'm not trying to be corny. I mean this. And Carroll's death wasn't just a headline. It was personal. So, an arrest was made and a shock. So, not long after, Mississippi authorities announced that one man had been taken into custody and charged with Carroll's murder. At first, his name was withheld. Then came the reveal. The suspect is 47-year-old Tranell Williams. And as you know, we must say the obligatory people are presumed innocent, and et cetera, et cetera. You know how that goes. But it's true. It's not just a proviso. It's true. So that's where things shifted from tragic to complicated, because Tranell wasn't just some random bystander, some neighbor or a local stranger. He was an employee of the one, the only, the inimitable, the ineffable, the ineluctable Katt Williams. One of the most famous, controversial, and unpredictable figures in modern comedy. And you've heard me speak quite glowingly of the potential of what this man means, especially now in his form of, in this alternative comedy, if you will, because what I humbly suggest is that what he's saying is not merely comedy, it is political in nature. Now, according to multiple outlets, Tranell had worked as part of Katt's security team, most recently during the Heaven on Earth comedy tour. And that means the man now accused of committing M1 and Mr. Reggie Carroll. Got to watch the YouTube censorship here. You know what I mean. But the man accused of dispatching Mr. Carroll once had a professional role protecting one of the biggest names in comedy today. So why does this matter? Why? Always ask that. Well, I'll tell you why. Let's be clear. There was no evidence at this point connecting Katt Williams in any way, personally, professionally, criminally, to the crime. None. Katt has not been implicated, nor has he been accused of any wrongdoing whatsoever. But perception is a powerful thing, and in the world of entertainment and social media and the scrum of such, where reputations are fragile and relationships delicate and can snap like that, perception can alter everything. You see, Katt Williams has a history. He's been arrested multiple times, it was alleged. He's had public feuds, on-stage meltdowns, viral rants, and dramatic clashes. It is reported with the law. He's also fiercely loyal, surrounded by a tight-knit circle of employees and associates. I think he's one of the most talented people, bar none. And when one of those associates is suddenly charged with the optics alone create tremors. Now, add Monique to the equation. This is very interesting. Monique's position. Let's look at this. Monique and Katt Williams have, in recent years, shared stages and tours, and they've built a professional relationship based on mutual respect and mutual audience appeal. In 2024, they went on tour together, selling out theaters and creating buzz as two of the most powerful, outspoken comics available today. But now, one of Monique's closest friends in comedy has been dispatched, and the accused killer is someone tied directly to Katt Williams' camp. Again, not Mr. Williams directly, but you can do the math and why people are saying, and why people are concerned. Now, the collision of these worlds creates a tension that cannot be ignored. Will Monique continue to tour with Katt? We'll see. Will she issue a statement distancing herself? We'll see. Or will she remain silent, allowing the courts to play out the story? How will she handle this? It's a fascinating balance. For a woman known for speaking her mind, for refusing to stay silent in the face of injustice and exploitation or hypocrisy, silence may not be an option, or perceived silence. You see, the larger context is what's critical here. You see, this story also reflects, my friend, a broader truth about the entertainment industry. You see, the line between personal tragedy and public fallout is razor thin. And every murder is a tragedy. But not every murder reverberates across comedy clubs, theaters, Netflix specials. This one does because of the names attached. Reggie Carroll wasn't an A-list celebrity, but he was deeply respected. Monique isn't just another comic. Oh, no. She's an Oscar-winning actress and a woman with one of the loudest voices in Hollywood today. And Katt Williams, he isn't just a stand-up comic. No. He's a lightning rod. He's a man who has lived his career in the eye of the storm. And you put them all together, and you have a narrative, my friend, that demands attention, and it will get attention. You see, the media know it. That's why, as I said, People and Fox and WREG rushed to confirm the Katt Williams connection. They didn't bury it. They headlined it. Because in today's media, as you know, in today's media ecosystem, the story isn't just comic killed in Mississippi. It's comic killed, suspect linked to Katt Williams. Again, perhaps tangentially, perhaps professionally, maybe not directly. And then there are the questions that no one's answered. And this is always my favorite area. So where does this leave us? Well, with a lot of unanswered questions. How well did Katt Williams know Tranell Williams? I'm sure there's no relationship, but was Tranell still actively working for Katt at the time of the shooting, or had he moved on? Next, what was the motive in Carroll's dispatch? Was it personal? Was it random? Was it connected to a larger dispute? We'll find out. Next, how will Monique navigate her dual roles, grieving friend of the victim and collaborator of a star tied indirectly to the suspect? Indeed, indirectly. And perhaps most importantly, how will the comedy world itself respond? You never know with this. Because these performers are not just actors, they're not just comedians, they're family. Comedy is a small community, my friends. Comics tour together, They open each for each other. They share stages and swap stories. And when violence intrudes, when violence breaks that blood-brain barrier, it shakes the ecosystem, as they say. And then we have to look at the awkwardness that is ahead. You see, there's no way around it. This will create awkwardness. I mean, imagine Monique and Katt Williams back on the same stage, the same tour, the same promotional circuit. Fans will whisper. Journalists will ask. Social media will speculate. Every photo op, every instance, every mention will carry a shadow. And Monique is grieving and Katt is silent, as he should be. He's under no direct duty to say anything. And Tranell is in custody. And that triangle defines the next chapter. And then there's the bigger picture. We always have the bigger picture. Beyond the gossip, beyond the headlines, like a deeper issue. The fragility of reputation in a scandal-driven culture. You see, for Katt Williams, this is another reminder that chaos follows him. Whether or not he invites it, but it's the price of fame. For Monique, it's a test of loyalty, of principle, and voice. For the comedy world, it's a reminder. It's a reminder that even the laughter industry cannot insulate itself from violence, from crime, and from tragedy. See, the murder of Reggie Carroll is first and foremost a personal loss. He was a brother in comedy. He was a presence on stage. He was a friend. And that loss is real, very real. And it deserves the dignity of focus, concerted focus. But in the media environment, in the environment that we inhabit, every tragedy comes with a gravitational pull towards the famous names around it. Carroll's death is no exception. So here's my final thought, my peroration, so to speak. Monique told fans to treat people right while they're here, because tomorrow is never promised. Here. That's wisdom drawn from grief. But her words now hang heavier, because the storm clouds around this story are far from settled. You see, the suspect has ties to one of her colleagues, and not just any colleague. The headlines are just beginning. The awkwardness, the speculation, the unanswered questions. See, they're all coming. It's all on the horizon. And one thing is certain, my dear friend. Reggie Carroll's death will not be remembered as just another tragic crime in Mississippi. Oh, no. It has become a story about comedy's biggest personalities, about loyalty, about perception, and about the way tragedy intersects with fame. And for Monique, for Katt Williams, and for the comedy community at large, the fallout, my friend, has only just begun. So think about that. Thank you so very much for letting me into your head and in your heart and in your home and in your mind and in your thought pattern. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. Over 80% of the people who watch our videos don't subscribe. We have to change that. I want to give you a legal version of this, but also meld it, blend it, and interface it with reality and with entertainment and the like. Because entertainment and news, they're not separate. They're one and the same. All right, my friends, please, thank you so much. And I've also provided some questions for you to answer as well in the section immediately following, in the comment section. I want to see what you have to say as you comment, as you see fit.